It's 25 minutes after 8. So you're still here on the AM show. It's a holiday, the 1st of January 2018 in the year of our Lord. And we're super grateful that we're alive, but also to be here and keep you company as you holiday in your homes or wherever. So at this point, Beyonce is joining me for the next conversation with two guys, Emmanuel Anson and Rexford Imro Jr. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yeah. Can I first of all ask about your New Year's resolution? Is marriage on that list?
For me, no.
Okay.
I just want to improve myself, do better than I did last year, and probably next year we'll look at the marriage.
Okay. All right. Yourself?
Well, I went for my 31st service yesterday, and the pastor said one thing very profound. He said, like, instead of always coming to church to receive, think of working hard. Think of staying successful instead of being successful. So, working hard, being consistent in what we are doing. So basically, that is what I'm willing to do. Consistency.
Marriage is featuring?
Maybe next 2 years.
Really? Maybe next 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. If you what?
Me?
No, yes, listen.
I'm really listening, yes. I really am. Taking it.
And I forgot you were Beyonce, so I said Effie. So I take that back.
Beyonce, it all works for me.
Okay, so let's get down to one of those conversations, and I always like this. So you guys don't like cheating girlfriends, do you?
No, I mean, nobody likes it.
Yeah? Yourself?
No, of course, no.
Has anybody cheated on you before?
No. I've been lucky in that regard.
Okay, or you didn't see or you didn't hear?
I think that's how she put it. I didn't see. Probably they have, but I think they haven't. So
Okay.
let me change it. I'll withdraw my statement.
Emmanuel?
Yeah, I mean, once. My past relationship.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Why would anybody want to cheat on you?
I wouldn't
Or you
know.
did it and it was retaliation?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah?
I don't think so. It was one of those things. I think we were immature and we didn't really know where we were going. So
Okay. Yeah.
it's past and gone.
But how do you know if a girl is cheating on you? Seriously. Is it a difficult one? Is it tough?
It is.
You guys can figure things out, so you should be able to figure it out. Or women are too smart.
Yeah, I think women are very secretive. They are good at. They can go and do the thing and come back and compose themselves well, and you will never suspect anything. But with the guys, Charlie, if you are very observant, you would see. You would see.
Effie, what is it about us? Why are you smiling?
I'm smiling because I think that sometimes in these conversations we're too general with women and men. Women are secretive, men are more obvious, and I think that it's actually about the individual. There are men who cheat, and you will never know. And there are women who do it, and it's very clear, it's very obvious, it's out there. And so I feel like sometimes these discussions have to be more about the person or and context matters. So that's how I view this subject of cheating.
Okay.
It's about context, it's about the relationship and the individuals, and what one defines as cheating. Whether it's an emotional cheating
isn't cheating
or
like a universal thing. If you're cheating, you're cheating.
But who, like, what's cheating? For some people, it could be just someone that you talk to more than me. And because I like talking to you, I feel like you're cheating on me. And to others, they base it completely on physical things. You slept with the person or you kissed the person, whatever, that's the cheating. So I feel like the whole situation, the whole conversation is more complex. We should get deeper. Yeah.
You have a point. But is there a way, from a girl's point of view and trying to help a guy, how can you tell if your woman is cheating?
I would think that it sometimes becomes more about emotions and about conversation and communication. If she can't look you in the eye anymore, if she's not interested in having conversations with you because maybe there's somebody who is actually listening to her, so your conversations become dry. I think those are key indicators that she's probably getting what she needs somewhere else. You know, and because many men, not all, many men base the success of a relationship on the physical side of things. If that's going well, you wouldn't think that she's actually checked out, or someone is giving her the emotional support that she needs. So I think these are two key things. If she's not able to look at you, and if your conversations are dry.
Yeah. Wow. Today we're asking some of the questions that ideally, you know, on any other day apart from a holiday, you'll probably not hear us ask about. But these are also things that if you can figure them out, then you can have a healthy relationship going forward in the year 2018. So could you think of 20 nice things to say about your ex?
20 nice things.
Yeah. It may not be 20, but you know.
Well, she was supportive.
Okay.
She was considerate. I would say she was a bit of God-fearing. She went to church, so she used to be in church.
Okay.
She used to be in church, so I think that's so.
Yeah. Oh, but these are
and she was good looking. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't for you guys? Isn't that like number one on the list?
Well, some guys wouldn't want to go in for someone who's not good looking, because look, you go around, guys are attracted about what they see. Now, you have a girl who's not really good looking. You get me? I'm not saying look should be the paramount, but we guys, we are attracted by what we see.
Yeah.
You go out there, you see a nice girl, you know you have a fine girl too. Like, you're not really bothered about that.
Okay.
But you know the thing is, you have your girlfriend comes to visit you with her friend who is nicer than her.
Hey.
You know the feeling. I'm just being real, you know. So
yeah, and I like that.
Yeah, looks are not really paramount, but
yeah,
sometimes for the sake of the kids too.
Yeah, but the other things that you mentioned about your ex, those are really, really cool things. Yeah.
Yeah, she was also in church.
Rexford.
Oh, my ex was very thoughtful. She's very thoughtful, very patient, well-mannered.
Okay.
Very ambitious too.
Okay.
And yeah, I think
not bad.
Not bad. Yeah.
Not bad. What do you think?
Church?
Oh, she wasn't the very churchy girl type of girl. No, she goes to church though. She was a nurse, so sometimes she's on duty, so she can't go to church and stuff. So church wasn't that regular.
Yeah, but if you heard your ex talk about you like that, that would be cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the things that Emmanuel said, the things that Rexford said, that's not bad about somebody who's an ex. Yeah.
I love the supportive part.
Yeah.
To me, that is like, yes, if the person is supportive. And I think you've highlighted for me something important for women to not always expect support from their men, but also to give that support.
Yeah. I like the thoughtful parts. Somebody's thoughtful. Yeah. They think about you. They think about a lot of things. Okay, let's talk about something else. What would you do if your partner's hygiene was a problem?
Basically, I'll just try to talk to her.
Just like that?
No, I'll try advising her in a nice way. If after some time she's still not willing to change, I'll probably leave.
So if she had a smelly mouth?
I'll be honest with her. I mean, if you are dating, you are not supposed to be the person perfect. You can be relationship is supposed to build you. To become a better person. So if in a way you are trying to perform these responsibilities by trying to make the person a better version the way you met the person, and the person is still not willing to learn, you have no option than to leave. You girls will do the same thing. So I'll leave. If I try, on several occasions it's not working, I'll leave.
Yeah? Okay. Rexford?
For me,
have you had a challenge like that before, by the way?
No. But for me, I'll try something first. Like the smelling mouth thing you were saying, I would probably buy some shopping stuff and add some Pepsodent or some good
hospital.
No. You do a general something so you are trying to give the person a hint about something or to improve. Probably it's from one or two things the person is using. So you try that. If it doesn't work, you try other means. The last option will be to have a discussion with the person.
Be plain. Would you stay afterwards?
if you have the discussion still there's no improvement, you don't think you are comfortable with that,
You walk.
I think that then
You should probably walk away, else to compel you to cheat. Do you get me? Yes. If you're not happy in a relationship, you definitely cheat. And it makes no sense to be in a relationship you're not happy and cheating. So if you cheat, just leave.
But I feel if you really like that person, you have to give that person a chance to improve.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if that happened to me, like how I would take it. Again, it depends on the individual.
And the approach, I
The
think.
approach, okay.
Like,
So,
yeah.
How about the approach of getting variety, different things? He's not really saying exactly what, but he's beginning with something.
I mean, I think that's really cute. But then I think sometimes especially with hygiene, bad breath, I think direct. And it's not, for me, it's less about this is what you should do. But, okay, I've noticed this. Do you know what it might be coming from? And then I've got these things. And maybe finding a way to make it about the two of you. Like, Charlie, have you noticed anything about me that's a little off, you know, that you think? And so it becomes about the two of you helping each other. Because you never know what your issue might be that she can't tell you, you know. Or be like, oh, Charlie, today I've noticed that, Charlie, my odor sometimes is not that great. Have you noticed that? Then she can open up to saying yes. Then you can be like, okay, truthfully, I'm going to be honest. I've noticed that sometimes your breath ain't cute. You know, so let's promise we'll both keep gum on each other or whatever. I think it's the approach. It has to be about a partnership more than a man advising his woman.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think some women would get very defensive at that, you know. So
I like that. What do you think? What do you think about this approach? This works, Anna.
Works.
It's something. Is this something that you can do? Can you follow through?
Well, like I said earlier, just have to be honest, you know. There are different ways to pick this approach, you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she's having issues with bad breath. You just don't go. The way you will go about it, it will compel her to listen to you. Do you get me? But now, if you go condemning her, it will even hurt her more. Now, most people will feel offended. But, I mean, if you come clean on this, they will feel offended. They might even take it in a different way. But if you're able to approach her in a very nice way, talk to her, and let her know that everything you are doing is out of love and concern for her. And if she still doesn't take it or willing to learn, I think for that one you should just leave. I mean, basically.
Rex, would you take an ex back?
No.
Why not?
Because me, when I close a chapter, I've closed it. I think I'm done.
Clean.
Wow. Not under any circumstance. Yourself, Emmanuel?
Never.
Really?
I mean,
is this something that, you know, boys discuss?
the thing is, if it didn't work, it means it will never work. I mean, you just have to move on.
Wow.
Word.
Do you guys talk about this?
Oh, no. Me, no. I don't talk about that. But I think normally I give relationship a lot of chances to work. So it means I've exhausted all my avenues to make it work. So if it doesn't work, it means we are done.
I read a post, Effie, okay, now you're Effie. A guy asking, do you know the Army General? Okay, I'll introduce you to him.
Great.
But he's the general on Facebook, and people ask him a lot of questions. So he gives it to the Army members, and people can advise. And somebody said that. So his wife is not a good cook, but the sex is great. So he kind of mix up, yeah. But the wife gave birth, and the mother-in-law came in. Mother-in-law is worse than the wife in terms of cooking. So he ended up eating outside consistently, and he's not able to say it. So he hasn't been able to say it, but he eats out before he gets home. So how important is food for you in terms of a girl who can cook?
Okay, for me, growing up, I've been privileged to food. I was brought up with homemade food. So if you can't cook, it's a big deal for me.
It's a big deal.
I can't cook.
You can cook.
So would you mind doing the cooking?
No. I could teach you, but I can't take it. You see, the thing with women is when you try to do that, she'll leave it off for you, and you always have to do the cooking. So I'd rather teach her to do it. Sometimes I can do it, but I can't do it on a regular basis.
Would that be a reason you would not marry a girl?
Yeah.
Because they can't cook? Wow.
But I can help you. I can give you an opportunity to learn how to cook. Yes, fine. But if after using all those avenues you can't cook, then it means.
But what if that's like a genuine skill thing? You know, like there, for example, there are people who are better skilled at fixing things, you know, and putting flavors together doesn't work. Or there are people who are good at keeping the home beautiful in terms of decorating it and so on. I mean, I feel like cooking is important. Food is important. I love food. I cook a lot. But one thing I get defensive on is when that becomes the first question, or when that becomes the qualifier for making me a good wife.
But he's being real.
You know,
here's somebody who says that they're not able to eat at home, and they have to do it elsewhere. I
think that you've come into the home. So the questions I would ask are, did you know this before you proposed? Did you know this whilst you were dating? Is it something that came up at a time when you could more openly discuss it? Or did you keep it under the carpet, which is why now you can't even broach the subject? Or are you just not being bold enough to say, look, we need to talk about this? And this comes back to the idea of communication. If you've been dated someone for at least a year or whatever, or you've been married for at least 5 years, I mean, I think you should have been working on your communication so you can tell your partner for life that your food isn't working for me. And again, this comes back to being creative and thinking through options. We have so many options now. You can go on YouTube together. We both don't know how to cook. Let's learn how to cook a meal together. But I think sometimes we like to delegate and compartmentalize so much that we actually stagnate how a relationship can grow. And I think it's really fun when you're with someone who's also tasting the food and you're cooking together.
Yeah.
I really do. So,
Emmanuel, how important is food to you?
Well, okay, no offense, but one of the days where people will actually make cooking a contingent, I mean, to marry someone. We're in the 21st century. I don't think part of the requirements I would look out for to marry a woman who, I mean, she even able to cook. I can actually send her to a catering school. You get me? So what if the only mistake she has is not being able to cook, but she's supportive, she's considerate, she's loving, she's respectful. So I'm going to let go of this girl just because she cannot cook. Yeah. We can probably get a maid.
What if your friends come home?
We'll get a maid.
Your friends come home. Your mother comes home. That's really important.
Listen, I'll let my mother know. The girl I want to marry cannot cook. Accept her. You see, it's my marriage. You get me? I'm going to stay in it.
Yeah.
I will not marry someone who can cook and not respect me. You get me? So I'll marry someone who cannot even cook, even just a normal rice, but respects me, makes me happy, give me peace of mind to work. I can just send it to a catering school. I can get a maid to cook for me. I mean, so that one is not even a problem.
All right. Okay. Very interesting. What do you think, Effie?
Yeah, there's something you said that I thought was really cool. What's important? I've lost the train of thought, but I kind of agree. And I think that what builds a home is knowing these things and being able to acknowledge it. You know, I also think that sometimes we place so much value on the position of the in-law. And the question is, what if they also can't cook, but we assume that they're coming home to, like, and I have to, you know. But what stops us from that day ordering out and saying, you know what, in this house, we do things a certain way. We don't cook. I'm also thinking of the reality of, like you said, 2018, and time and careers. Yeah. And
is that an excuse? Should that be an excuse?
Not an excuse, but a genuine conversation about whose career, what's the career like. For example, I was dating a guy who comes from a culture where women cook a fresh meal every day. I grew up in a home with two parents who at one point had to work 2 jobs each. My siblings and I all worked through high school. So what we do is Saturday morning, we cook a few different dishes. Some goes into the freezer, some in the fridge. And as you come home, you choose what you want. You make your rice, your noodles, whatever. So to him, that way of living didn't work because he was expecting fresh cooked meal every day. Now, if I'm doing shift work, are you going to wait till I come home at 1, 3, or 4 in the morning to freshly cook your... So we have to be also practical and realistic about where the country, the world, and culture is moving.
Exactly.
Yeah. How important is sex to you guys?
It's important because I think sex actually spices up the relationship. It gives a different vibe and feel to it. When you wake up in the morning with a good sex, the vibe and the feeling is different. So I think it's important.
If it's not good, would you be worried?
Yeah. For consistently, if it's not good, yeah, I'll be worried.
It depends on what you call good sex. It depends. I mean, we have
Massa
different
good is
definitions.
good.
What's good for you? What's good for you?
It's individual, mom.
Yeah, but I'm
What might
asking
be
him
good
as an
for-
individual.
Yeah, so as-
Okay.
So
from
yeah,
my
it's
point of
personal.
view, so
Yeah. Would you try to get help?
yeah.
How? What would be your first point of call? As in, are you going to go on the net? Are you going to see like a counselor, a sex therapist, that kind of thing? What would be your options?
Yeah, I'll do my own digging, like you're saying, like go to the net and stuff, try that one. If that doesn't work out, then I go look for a professional advice or something, because it's important. I think it will really affect the relationship. Sex is very important
Yeah,
for me.
Emmanuel.
Well, sex is very important to men. Men generally love sex, and sex is more like the backbone of every marriage. So I believe that if the sex is not working, depending on your definition for good sex.
That's why I ask you.
Well, yeah. So depending on your definition for good sex, maybe that's how you want sex to be. You communicate.
Okay.
You get me, with your partner. Did you enjoy it? How was it? Was it something that you wanted me to do that I missed? You see, the communication will actually build the sex up. I mean, it's just a teamwork. It's just a teamwork. But if you are not happy with the sex and just not to hurt the man, you just keep saying you are happy, that is when you begin to get depression and everything. But I believe, I mean, communication alone can build good sex if you guys are willing. I mean, there are a lot of channels.
What if
out
you
there.
find a woman who doesn't like it?
I pray I never find one.
Rex?
If I find a woman who doesn't like it, that'll be a difficult one. I'd have to try and give her a reason to like it.
Okay.
Try to convince her to think like the way I'm thinking, and yeah, I think it's part of a relationship. You need to try and be a bit selfless sometimes for the other partner, just to meet their needs. So I try to hammer that point.
Okay.
I think that question also comes at looking at why, and that comes in the communication. I don't think people ask the question why enough, like what happened to you in your life. And I guess this is how you build the relationship, to learning more about the person and what they've been through. And a lot of people forget that both men and women go through trauma very early in life. There's a lot of abuse in many people's homes that they really lock away and they don't talk about. Even things that they didn't realize at that time, this was a bad experience. This was something that shouldn't have happened to me. You lock it away. But I think the minute you allow the woman to talk about her experiences. I remember watching this Nigerian film very recently, and the woman had been abused by her father so much that she stopped talking. So for like 10 years, she wouldn't speak. So people thought she was mute. But actually, she just had hidden everything for so long. And it took one relationship for the guy to have to draw that out, for her to speak about it, And I was touched by that. So I thought, yeah, you don't actually know why.
Yeah.
I think it's important to communicate emotionally with your partner, like she's saying. It's very important. It helps.
Would it matter if, say, Manuel was your best friend and he disclosed to you that he had dated your girlfriend before?
Yeah, it will be a very big deal for me, because if it's my best friend, it means he'll be in my life for most. Like, he'll always come to my home. He'll always see my kids.
He'll probably be your best man.
It will be very awkward.
Isn't there a rule? Don't guys not date? You don't date your friend's ex or something?
Yeah. That's there.
I mean,
But some people are cool, though. They don't care.
But it matters to you. So what would you expect him to do once you spot the girl? He tells you quickly that, Charlie, this is an ex.
I just have to kill my plans for that girl.
But what if he doesn't, or he didn't, and then you find out later on? What would you do? I mean, you're married to this girl already.
He didn't show loyalty there to me. He should have told me, because he knows me. He's my best friend. He knows I don't do that. So hiding it from me means, and that's a big deal.
What will happen to the woman who is now your wife?
No, I can't blame the woman as in the past.
Yeah.
At that moment, my loyalty was with my friend, not the woman, because the woman was now coming to my life. But
Okay.
my friend has been there all these years, so he knows me better, and he should have told me about that.
Would you say to a girl that you should have told me you had dated him before?
Yeah, I'd also ask her though, but
Yeah.
the blame would go to my friend more than the lady, because
Okay.
I know him better than the lady.
Okay.
I later met the lady. So.
Yeah. Okay. How about yourself?
Well,
Is it a big deal?
it depends on the kind of relationship they had, the kind of things they used to do.
And you want to ask them for all those details?
Psychologically, it will have an effect on you. You see, there's a psychological effect of sex in relationship on guys. If you get me, let me just be honest. If you're having sex with a particular girl in a relationship, you are likely to build a tendency of thinking other guys can do the same thing to you. Now, imagine your best friend dated the wife that you're married to. You have the tendency of thinking, so everything I'm doing with this girl, this guy has already done it. You get me? And sometimes you realize like this guy actually went in before me. Like that's the ego.
But don't they say everybody is somebody's ex?
Exactly.
But that shouldn't be my ex. I mean my best friend.
Okay.
But well, I don't really mind. I mean, what matters most is if I love the girl and my best friend tells me, listen, I dated this girl. That is I need to know. I don't want to know any extra information.
Okay.
If you get me. So I don't really mind. But it depends on the kind of, friend. He's your best friend.
He's your best friend. He's not any kind of friend. He's your best friend.
I don't mind.
I don't know. I kind of sense that this would affect the relationship in some way. What do you think, Effie?
Yeah. I'm still thinking through the women's role. I'm like, I feel like a girl, unless I'd never met the best friend, I feel like as soon as I saw and was told this is my best friend, I'd be like, look, this is what happened. I don't know why you wouldn't say that as the woman, regardless
Girls
of whether
don't tell.
Really
Girls don't.
Then
tell.
I think that's my illness, because I'm very open, very honest,
Really?
probably to a fault, because I don't think I could hide something like that. I'll be looking at you and then going, oh, I know that I've been in a relationship with you, and I think that's what's up. You gotta say something. I don't know. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls, but it's something. I mean,
ladies don't
typical with a Ghana girl. We don't say.
And I get why.
We don't
I
say,
get
and we're
why.
hoping the guy will
say
the best guy will also say
do that.
anything.
Because can you imagine a typical Ghana guy's reaction if he said I was in a relationship? I mean, I think that's part of why Ghana girls may not say it, because the guy will probably. Slut shaming is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, he will find every reason for it to be you, and not about the fact that you weren't there. This relationship happened before I knew you, you know? Then again, here comes the next question. How you gonna tell me that's your best friend and we dated and I never met him?
Okay.
No, sometimes best friends might be out of the country and stuff,
Exactly.
so you might not meet.
But you've never heard?
Or maybe in another region.
Probably he heard the name, but
Didn't
never saw the
didn't
person.
connect.
No pictures, 2017. That is a suspicious guy. Like, oh, there's my best friend. What does he look like? I don't know. No.
Yeah, you're going to say something?
Well, it depends on how long the relationship lasted. So if you guys dated for like 3 months and within the 3 months your best friend was away, it's very possible he may never get to hear of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it depends on the time.
Okay, I've got a very last question to ask, but it should end the conversation, because after this one, I don't know. Maybe you should ask. You look like you're better than me.
Hey, I'm better than bad. I'm phenomenal.
See, it's a typical Beyonce question. So, guys, thank you for being on the show. Yeah, Rex and Emmanuel. But just before you go, do you like the lights to be on or off?
It's a question.
It is just a question, eh?
Off.
Off, on and off,
Off.
off. Why is that?
And sensations are better. Can be more adventurous.
Not entirely off. I mean, you could probably have a dim light somewhere.
Ambience.
To see your way around the room.
Romantic
Candles.
party.
Fairy lights.
So not necessarily like total darkness. I mean, total darkness is it's more like, so you could probably have a very dim light in a room to see your way around the room, and yeah.
Do you guys love makeup? I said that was my last question, but this will be. Do you love makeup?
I bet, but too much makeup is a turn off for me.
Yeah. Yourself?
Yeah, same here.
Okay. All right. Girlfriend, we're done.
We're done.
Yeah. Can you say thank you to them?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so stiff.
Today, yeah.
Stay with us. We've got one more thing before we say goodbye to you. This is the AM show.